Yes, what's on your mind?
Uh, I agree with you, like the Faithist. So,
Okay.
what is your point? Like, who is the creator? Like, what you want?
Well, the creator is too big to to being fit into anyone's name or title. And we as humans have given him names over the years. Some people call him Great Spirit or Creator or the All Person or Ormazd. But the Creator is the source of all motion, the source of all knowledge, the source of all life. Um, you can call the Creator whatever you want. It's just the ultimate source of everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I correct. That's perfect. So, what he want from us? Like, what we have to do? Like to
What does the
to live?
Creator want?
Yeah.
Well, he is in the business of trying to inspire all of us to grow in maturity and to become more selfless and more serving of others and helping others so that we can experience all there is to experience in this life and the next. Um, that's
So
basically,
you believe there is a life next?
yeah, I do actually. This physical body is just the beginning. It's not
So
the end when our body dies.
what is the next?
Well, think about it like this. So we live in a physical world, and our body is a reflection of that. Our body is literally made up of every single thing that represents our world. Like you've heard that our bodies are made of stardust, right? So physical particles. And when our physical body dies, our spirit goes to a higher vibration and picks up another body that is a reflection of that environment. So less physical, more made of light, more refined, less dense, but we still have a body in the next life. It's just made up of different things.
So, is that next life has to do anything to this life?
It's it's one continuous journey. So this life, we're learning lessons, we're aiming ourselves, whether we're aiming ourselves to the creator or to the light or to darkness. And in the next life, we're going to continue on with whichever direction that we're headed for. It's totally up to us. We don't have to rely on a savior or a holy book. It's are we going to be selfless or selfish, basically?
So you have not answered. Is that next life has to do anything to this life, like how you live?
Yep.
Or,
Yep.
uh,
So the next life is a continuation of this life. It's
who
one
judge
life. It's just
who judge that
it
this life uh, has to be like this? The way you live this life, the what type of life you get next? Who will judge that? On what basis?
you will. You're your own judge.
So I will
Based
decide
upon your
what I have to be next.
yeah, based upon this life and your which direction you're going in, you're going to want to continue in on that same direction. It's not a punishment or a reward. It's just that if you're going towards um, a positivity, you're going to want to keep going towards that direction. If you're going towards darkness and chaos, you're going to want to stay there and keep going that direction. There is it's really as simple as that. You can always change your mind in this life and the next life, but it's up to you. You're accountable to your own decisions and you are your own judge.
So creator or God or Lord nothing to do with this. What you want,
Well,
what like
you're you're walking within the reality that he has created. So it's a construct that has been established with um, parameters, but you're welcome to choose whichever way you want to go within that construct.
So so like what is the like um the start, like where is the origin? So we are here with something we did in my past life. So where is the origin, from where it starts
Um, well, you start being born physically,
in
and
this life?
that's what yeah,
What
in
about
this life.
before
And then
this
when
life?
there's nothing before this life. There's no reincarnation. So you have this life. When your physical body dies, you continue on with your same life. It's just that your
How you know there
your
was no life before this life?
well, I don't know it, but I'm trying to communicate with you the perspective of a faithist. I can't know everything for sure, but these are concepts that are
Do we have to know everything?
no, I don't think so. I think it's fine to have a mystery. I like having a mystery. I don't pretend to have all the answers, but I am just communicating with you from our perspective.
Yeah. So you don't know the past, and we don't have to know, and we don't know the future. We don't have to know. Like, on what logic you say, like, you will be deciding how you want to be next life?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't got there yet, so I don't have any personal experience with it, obviously, because I'm still here. So I don't have personal knowledge. That would be impossible.
Then, like, when you say there is no knowledge before this life, why you comment like about the next life if you don't have knowledge?
Because these are concepts that are faithist concepts, and so I'm just sharing them with people.
From where
And
you
you can
got this
either
faith, this concept, from which book?
the book is it's not just one book. These concepts are, tens of thousands of years old. But the book that got me started is called the Book of Owaspy, and I do have it listed here on the screen. Um,
So again, you
it's a
believe
it's
in
a
one book. You believe like other religion, you also believe in a book.
no, I don't believe in it. I use it as a textbook. I also study other books as well, and other cultures and other faiths, because I believe that all religions, all cultures are all connected to the Creator. Now, everything has sort of added tradition, added culture, added religious context, but if you peel back all the stuff off the surface, it all points back to the Creator. That's so everything's connected. Like I don't hold the Book of Owaspy as a holy book, but it's a textbook.
But you understand your logic based on that textbook.
Yeah, that the book is the sort of the original point where my worldview changed. And now that I have a different perspective, I can see that concept being taught in other places as well.
Then what's the difference between you and other religions? Like, you read one book and your life changed, your perspective changed. Similarly, like someone read Bible, their perfect perspective will change. Someone read Quran, their perspective will change. What is the difference, like you and other religion?
Well, I suppose there doesn't need to be a difference. Like, I'm not here to tell anybody that they're wrong in their belief or to tell people that I'm right. Um, there doesn't need to be a difference. I think just observing nature can affect our lives and change our perspective. It doesn't mean I'm going to worship nature. I've read the Bible and I'm starting to read the Quran a little bit. Um, and I'm trying to pick out the wisdom of it, the lessons that can change my life for the better, to be more selfless, to be more serving of others. But um, I guess the difference would be that this isn't a religion. It's not organized. It's more of a strictly a way of life, a way of forming a relationship with the divine rather than organized religion. But yeah, people can have life changing experiences with all sorts of things. I don't deny them that. Good question, though.
Yeah, like again, like do we have to read something to understand life? Like do we have to understand life, or do we
No,
have to know everything? So
no, I don't think you need to read a book and sort of create some kind of loyalty to it. I don't think you need it. I think everything that we have, all the knowledge that we need can be found within ourselves and just looking around how the world works, how nature works. We don't need a holy book. We have all of the tools built inside of us. But sometimes it's helpful to learn lessons from people who've come before us.
by what media? Like by how you learn the lessons from people came before you.
Well, books are a great example, but it doesn't have to be books. I mean, there are books. Books typically, when you're talking about nonfiction, are typically more historical. So, the Book of Owaspy, for example, covers 30,000 years worth of history. The Bible covers, about 1,500 years worth of history, or 2,000, something like that. And and so you see people in different times in different places struggling with this kind of human experience of how do we how do we coexist with each other? How do we learn about the divine? How do we, what lessons have we learned as humanity? I think that's important. It's not necessary, it's not required, but it's helpful to be able to see how humanity in different places and different times have struggled with the same things. Like, you know, I think it's helpful.
Yeah, right. Your thought is more like Hinduism, so that's what I
Maybe.
so
I have found that this sort of worldview, this perspective that I have now, especially compared to when I was a Christian, I find I have a lot more in common with Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, Zoroastrianism. Like I, I share so much more in common with so many different groups because I um, am focused on the Creator. I guess is the main thing.
yes, but creator don't need anything from us. So we don't need to focus towards creator, right? So because it's nothing to do with creator how we live.
There's nothing required. You don't have to. You don't need to. I mean, so tell me a little bit more about your perspective. So for you, um, what is some pieces of wisdom that you hold true to your life that helps you be a more um, a selfless person to, serving others? Like what have you found that you hold true to?
Kind of, I agree with your thoughts. Like it's within us, built by creator, like to understand life. We don't need any other medium to understand how we should live. It's within
Okay.
you. Like when you feel like if you help someone with self-test, like the feelings which you get makes you more human, like makes you more uh, like more give you feelings like happiness or something, like when you do something right. So when you
Mm-hmm.
start doing right thing, so the way you live is uh, will be like a good way. It's you carry yourself in very good way to be happy.
So you're living by your internal compass, your conscience.
Yes, so your internal conscious will, of course, tell you like when you do right thing, the way
Hmm.
you feel. That's give you satisfaction in your life. Like even like
Yeah.
small things when you go with your family for small picnic, or you help someone who is in need, or you help your neighbor. So all these small steps which you take to help others or will make you more kind of human, with satisfied human, like the feelings. It's I can't express that feeling which you get when you help others.
No, I think you're right. I think that's all we need. I don't think we need anything more than that. Um, do you find that um, do you find that it's helpful to have outside sources to um, to help you along, or not at all?
Outside sources, you don't need anything from outside. It's all from your inside.
Hmm.
So so the way you carry yourself, it will leads your life in that direction. If you are like doing something which is not good human being stuff, so you will carry yourself in wrong direction.
Yeah. Well,
So
I
it
agree with you. I think that's all we do need. I just happen to find I happen to find learning from other people's journeys to be helpful, but it's not necessary. But that's
yeah,
just me. I mean, I
yeah,
don't think it's required.
not necessary. You don't have to be like Buddha or like Gandhi. So you have to be like good, nice neighbor, good father, like good brother.
Right.
So you have to do small uh, good things. But when it comes to books, religion, and all these complicated politics, so you have to avoid all this.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. So what's your background? Like, how did you always sort of feel this way, or did you have like a moment in your life where you realized, oh yeah, this is the truth. It's in me.
Yes, yeah, it was not always like this. So when I start uh, thinking about more towards like, even though you don't have to be like something like a rich person to help, but when you see like someone need your help, either like by just carry their grocery or anything. So when you start feeling like, okay, this is how I am feeling better, so I had to do these stuffs more and more. So I start going in their direction, then it's changed my life. Like, so when I just I'll go and find the reasons to help someone. Like,
Hmm.
so I don't have to be big help. Like, I just when I go out, I just try to see if someone need help, or yeah, just give smile to person who is you're you're walking by. So
Well, I think it's great that you are sensitive enough to be that self-aware and to sort of be your own teacher. I think that's awesome. Um, One reason why I think it's good for people to have a wide variety of sort of outside sources is because most people ha aren't actively that sensitive. And when I was a Christian, I was taught that anything outside of Christian teachings was kind of dangerous. And I didn't realize how much in common all the religions have with each other to some extent. And reading and researching and studying really allowed me to be aware of of that common. So when I was a Christian, I was taught that we were born like evil, basically like depraved. But I really believe humanity. has the capability all by themselves to be exactly what your story is, to be sensitive and to see what's right and wrong without outside sources. But I needed to break away from that programming I had for my whole life. I needed that so that I could be free from that sort of brainwashing. And then now I feel like I'm free to study and to sort of peruse the world's knowledge and experiences to help educate myself. So,
Yes, I agree. But you like you don't have to be like mentioned like farmer Christian or like so like it's nothing to do with religion. Like so you can be like any religion, but you can be selfless. Like y- so 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 all these books can be written with good intention, but you can manipulate the words, right? So
yes, that is a downside to books. They can be manipulated. Um, when people when people find something that they like and is good and positive, they can manipulate it and cause a lot of harm. Start a religion or start a cult or something like that. And that's unfortunate, but yeah, it's correct.
okay, yeah, nice to talk to you. So it's nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
If you ever want to come on and chat again,
sure.
I hardly ever turn away somebody who wants to be a guest. I like having these conversations. I think learning from each other is really important, and trying to focus on what we have in common so that we can stop fighting with each other.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
So, sure. Well, I appreciate the time that you took out of your day to chat with me. And if you have nothing else, then I'll let you go.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome.